This is Bobby with Renaissance Game Supply. So tonight I kind of wanted to show you an order that we got. It was about 8 days ago at this point. So I've been wanting to make the videos since then. Now we don't normally get orders like this like daily or even weekly, but we do get them from time to time. And that's why I wanted to talk about this particular one. Now over here they have their shipping address as Amazon department, and we just got an order. That's hilarious. And when I see that, and I don't see somebody's real name, and they're shipping it off to, you know, whatever, I don't fulfill these. And I don't do the whole drop shipment either, where you order from me and I ship it to somebody else. And the reason why I don't do that is a lot of times you get burned being a third party to all of that. And as soon as I see it, I immediately refund the money. As you can see, it was a full refund. But anyway, I want to talk about the order, not about why I do that. I do it to protect myself so that cards don't get shipped where they need to be, and then whoever bought them from me says that they didn't, and then they get their money back and their buyer gets their cards, and I get screwed out of the cards and the money. That's why I don't do it. But anyway, and I've done this tens of thousands of sales. Like I'm probably up to like 32,000 sales, so I can kind of spot this stuff immediately. But anyway, we're gonna break this order down. I canceled it immediately as soon as I got back to the store and saw it. And there's the address here. I mean, it's some fulfillment center or something of some sort, don't really care. But here's the product amount, 110.84 or 109.84, sorry, jeez, I can't read. The shipping cost was $5 to ship this order, and TCG Player is going to charge $16.88 out of that. We would have netted $97.95. Not a bad order. However, this is another reason why I did it. I'm not in TCG Player's direct program anymore, and there's a big reason why. First of all, I cannot keep up with the growth of my store, listings, marketplace orders, and work full-time, and direct. So that's why I opted out of direct. So a lot of times somebody will put an order in like this, and I have to cancel it because I can't keep up with the volume. So let's dig into this. So as you can kind of see, gives you an idea of what they're ordering, how many, and what the total price is over here. And then over here is kind of what the market value of each card is. So I don't want to spend too much time on that because everything is pretty low, which is fine. These are the staple, or these are the types of cards I list anyway, is your 1 cent all the way to, you know, $1,000 each, just depending on what we get. But as you can see, we'll cut to the chase here. This was a 10-page order. Like, that is reimbursement order level. Like, and I don't fulfill these, and I'm sorry that I don't. And the reason why I can't is I don't have the time to fulfill these in a 48-hour window and get these out. I do not have the equipment to weigh this to get it out. By the time I get home from work, it's 6 p.m. Post office already closed at 5. It would take me a solid 6 days to pack all of this order and then stand in line to get it weighed at the post office just to figure out what the shipping is on it and then get it shipped. That's once I found the box to put it in, because I wouldn't put it in your normal 5,000 or even your 5,000 count box that sports cards and all that stuff store in. And what I have in the back over here, I wouldn't ship it in a box like that. It would have to be bagged up. I mean, because normally what I would do is bag each of these individually and put the number account on them, whatnot, so I can get them out the door and get them into a box, or maybe even in like team bags of 35, just so they wouldn't get damaged. So you can see here how much they ordered, and I'm sorry they wasted their time doing this. This is not something I like to do, is to have somebody spend 2, 3, 4 hours putting an order together only to have it canceled. What would have been nice is if we had been able to have some sort of forewarning. Maybe we could have put this order ahead or put it on the back burner and seen if we can get some additional time to put this order together. And as you can see, this is the reason why I refunded it. I said, you know, at this time we do not support drop shipments of cards, and we do not have the equipment to weigh such a large order, and we do not have the boxes that could properly support such a large shipment. The largest order we can ship right now is about 1,500 cards that doesn't cause our scale to zero out. So eventually what I may end up doing is get a larger scale out here with some proper shipment and see what we can do. Because again, I don't like canceling orders, but at the same time, this one I had to. This was a 5,100 card order when I counted it all up. I can't remember if it was on here or not, so we're going to zip through here. And again, these are a lot of buyouts too, which I don't mind because it gives me an opportunity to go back into the back stock and pull out certain sets. Like right here, if this Dominaria Remastered, which we have a lot of cards that were sold out of that, I would go back to Dominaria Remastered, look for these cards that are in alphabetical order, and re-add them. Not a big deal. It's just I wish I would have had a little bit of a heads up, and maybe we could have scheduled this another way to get out there, but yes, I did have to cancel it. And I hate having to do that. That's really the last option. And I did block them because they were pretty, what's the word? They weren't very professional in their reply with me. And I don't really have time for other people's attitudes like that, so I just block them and I move on. And unfortunately, at the time when I blocked this, I did not adjust the inventory, and now I have to add all this back in one by one. So luckily I have a printed form of it, and it's literally front and back 10 pages, so 5, and then printed on the back, as you can see. Right now I've gotten through one and a part of another, so I gotta get all this added back. I mean, we're talking 5,100 cards, so this dipped our inventory down to under 400,000. So it's gonna take a better part of a week to kind of come back out here and spend some time adding all this back in. Again, it's just for those of you out there, if you do buy from us and you do need to order an order like this, just kind of give me a heads up. I mean, send me in like a list of what you're trying to get, and I will start prepping and get it pulled. Because what I can do is I can turn my store off. I can turn the store off so marketplace sales don't take place, so that then I can work on this one for you or something like that. It's just 5,100 cards for, you know, 1 to 2 people to pull in a 48-hour window to be in compliance with TCG Player and get it weighed and get it properly packed and out the door. I mean, that's a task, and you know, it's not even worth the $109.84 to me. I can make that in less than 2 hours at my normal workplace, so it's just so time consuming that it's not even worth dealing with. So if you're gonna order like this, give us a heads up. That's all I ask. There's some things I can do on my side to facilitate this for you. So that's all I ask. And try not to have an attitude about it, because you get an attitude about it, I'll just block it and be done. I don't really have time and the patience for this. I mean, I'm trying to get hundreds of thousands of cards sorted up online and everything, and build a store from the ground up. And so So when somebody says, hey, your job is just to fulfill the order and that's it, yeah, you're probably not going to see the best side of me. Especially when I'm trying to be cordial with you and let you know the reasons why I can't fulfill this order. And I did reply to him, letting him know that, you know, if you want to break this down into a smaller order or something like that, we can work on this. And they were not willing to do that, so neither am I. And I give you money back quickly, and that's that. It should be just done and over with. It's not like I sat here and waited a week, contemplated about this, and then decided, okay, let's go ahead and cancel your order. I mean, I didn't hesitate. So I'm sorry it was a waste of your time. It's a waste of mine too. I have to re-add this stuff. So we're even as far as I'm concerned. And anyway, so we're gonna jump back into this. So we're back up over 400,000 by adding these cards back. We're not done with that yet. So what I kind of wanted to show you is some of the feedback we've been getting since we've turned the store back on. So this was just prior to us selling the house, and some people get long-winded about why they leave the feedback they leave. I don't really care about that stuff. I do read all the feedback, don't get me wrong. I do appreciate all the feedback, and stuff like this where they're just nitpicking what the post office does, don't pay attention to it. I could care less. Like, if it takes 8 days to get there and the window was 7 and there's nothing I can do, I mean, I got it out as quick as I can. It's beyond me. Once it says stamp on it and it's dropped off, it's out of my hands. So don't leave me feedback about this. I don't appreciate it, don't care. I don't even pay attention to it. So I'm already, you know, paying attention to everybody else, taking care of everybody else that's giving me 5 stars, and you know, I'm doing excellent work for them. I mean, those are my customers. Like right here, I mean, you can just kind of see it. Like, we go above and beyond. So if you're expecting something and it gets there a day later, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't make the post office go any faster. So right here, order shipped promptly and arrived quickly, cards in great condition, blah blah blah. Let's say quick delivery. There you go. That's what we are. Great seller, super fast shipper, quick delivery, orders shipped promptly, packed well, shipped quickly. I mean, packed, it's perfectly arrived quick. I mean, that's what we go for. Let's see what else. So let's break this down a little bit. Payments. So we turned the store back on. Let's see, what day did we turn that back on? I don't even remember. Well, we got an order here, so would have been sometime around August 15th or August 16th is when we turned the store back on. So our first deposit's not going to be that great. It's about $68.09. That was just kind of getting us back in. As you can see, here's that refund that I gave. Right, oops, sorry. There's the refund. Refunded fees. So if had I not done that, you could actually add that number to there. So that would give you roughly, so 16th, about 8 days. 15th, let's say the 15th. So we're talking maybe 9-10 days. We have almost $500 in sales. So because I canceled the order, dropped us back down to $323.14. So I don't think that's that bad for selling bulk and doing it part-time. There's probably stores that make thousands a day and have a staff. That's not us. And we cut, and also we're kind of getting back up. I mean, we just turned our store back on, and our inventory's down. It's down probably like 30,000 cards from where it normally sits. I try to keep it right around 415 to 430,000 at the moment, as I try to just stabilize and get all the back office stuff done. But now we got all the racks built, all the card hotels built, everything kind of organized. As you can see, this was quite a bit of work. This is like a month's worth of work here, just to do this and sort and organize all this by sets again. Get the robots all set up. I still gotta replace the camera in the one because that apparently is not working now. Not a big deal. I had to get the Ethernet ran into the office, get the access point all dialed in and programmed, get the workstations all built, check everything, test everything. I mean, this was quite the task. Now, there's still some tidying up, there's still some loose ends to take care of here and whatnot, and that's not a big deal, but this is why it's hard to fulfill an order like that. So, this is why our sales are low. This is why the orders are low over here, because I'm literally doing all the back end work, and then over here we make it available to where, you know, we start getting some more cards up online. I go through and I'll adjust the pricing too. So like in here, this is probably something I need to do at least once a week, and there's ways to do all this faster. I just like doing it manually so I don't forget the steps. And I'll go through and I'll pick, you know, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And deck boxes and deck sleeves and all that as well. So, and again, there's a much faster way of doing this. I can't remember if it was mass price or something like that that I can use to do this. So in here, I'll just do the market price tool, all the results. So there you go, 37,936 unique products. That includes foils, lands, alternate arts, all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's like all the different printings from all the different sets. And that number, 37,936, is considerably low considering how much product is out there. Here we go. I just do this, and then once I'm done, I hit save, and then I move on. This should help with making sure I stay right on point with the marketplace pricing. That way I kind of stay in the top, so that as people are, you know, adding stuff to their cart and optimizing and all that, my prices are as low as they can be so they hit all the carts. That's the goal. So we're going to save this here in a minute. There we go. I wish there was a way to show you orders without showing you the names and the addresses here. Because another one just came in, and I just want to show you real quick what the average order looks like. And we just finished packing everything, so let me drag this over to the other window here. You can stare at MTG stocks for a second, and what I'm going to do is hide the address and bring this back. Okay, here we go. So we have a $7.93 order, including the shipping. The fee amount is $1.44, so net amount $6.49 for this order. You've got Commander Legends. So it looks like this is possibly just a Commander deck that they're building. Maybe they needed a couple extra copies, but normally when I see like one of, two of, it's normally a Commander deck builder. So it's kind of cool. I like, you know, seeing what people are building. And normally I will see like your Commander printings versions of cards as well. So that's another dead giveaway. Voyager staff. So I don't know. I'm just fascinated by everybody's orders. I like to see what everybody's building. Gives me an idea, and if there's some cards that I'm like, I don't really remember what that card does. It's nice, I can just pull it up and view it real quick. So anyway, this one here won't take too long to pack. I don't know, there's probably 15 to 20 cards in there, maybe 20. So again, my wife will pack that tomorrow. And while we get this up, I'm gonna close that out, and I want to show you this MTG stocks real quick. This is one thing I look at every day. So when I'm not busy out here doing all this stuff and packing orders and trying to create content and trying to take care of things, I have some spare time occasionally where I'll just come out here and I'll just sift through some of this stuff. And the reason why I do this is because in the back stock I have stuff like this just sitting there waiting to come out. So if I have, you know, game night 2019 stuff sitting out there, I'll go look and see if I have a dramatic reversal, because it's been going up, it looks like. But chances are I probably don't have that one because it's already a high dollar card. And I call anything 5 and up a high dollar card because a lot of times when I buy bulk from places, anything 5 and up has already been sorted, pulled out, picked through, and they use card sorters to find all that value. So anything $5 and less is typically chucked in all the stuff that I buy, and I'll buy 1 million cards at $8 grand a pop and turn around and make about $92,000 off that after I spend a year sorting and organizing. So there's quite a bit of a markup for me, but it's a lot of work. I mean, it's a shit ton of hours out here doing this, but to me it's worth it. So like right here, Terra Eternal was once $1, so bulk rare, I guess is what you'd call that. So now it's not a bulk rare. So maybe I have it, maybe I don't. But I always look every day to see if I had stuff like this. Now I've had this need for speed before, I know that. Siege Gang Commander, who hasn't had that if you've had any sort of Goblin deck? So I mean, now they're starting to not be, you know, your bulk rares. And I have a ton of bulk rare. I mean, there's a box right here. Hold on. This is some good stuff here. And I've got foil rares, foil mythics. Boy, we didn't even have a light on over here. Hold on. It's living in the dark age here. Hold on, I gotta find the switch. There it is. Sorry about that. There we go. Look at that. Modern technology. So we've got all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, this whole box is just filled with rares, foils, foil stuff. I mean, just staple cards and promos, and you just name it. I mean, it's there. Ginger Brutes, those sell quite a bit. Command Towers, I mean, I don't have time to go through all this. This is what's crazy. It's like I have to wait for the robots to do all of this for me. And there you go, Dragon Speaker Shaman. I remember there for a while. That was a hot card for a minute. Slivers, the foil premium deck. So, I mean, it's just so much here. And this is just one teeny tiny box that I've pulled out yesterday and today of organizing of what is foil rares, mythics, just random stuff, just absolutely random stuff. And that was out of all that set commander stuff, and just so much bulk, but in here you'll find some pretty decent value. Like, for example, here, when this robot's done, it's gonna print, or it's not gonna print, it's gonna email me a CSV, and in that email I can show you some of the value that it's finding, because what it does, it keeps track of everything it looks at and moves. Let me see if I can pull one up real quick. I'm gonna open up another window, move it over here so we don't mess up with my Gmail login here. I'm gonna pull up the stores account here real quick. And now it wants me to set a home address. That's interesting. I've never seen that before there, Google. There we go. Okay, so now we're in. And I want to show you the CSV files. So here you go. So this is dated yesterday, even though it's been already 2 scans today. Lately, when the robot goes too far and it's filled all its little sorting pockets and it really doesn't know what else to do with the rest, sometimes it will go back over and rest in a home position and the machine will stay on, but it doesn't upload the results. And that's okay, because I'm not really using the machine to get the results at the moment. I just need it to organize. But it's still nice to be able to look. So we're going to take a look at this, which is probably an error. Yep. So when you see the 1 line across the top, that's an error. So let me go back. So that can just get deleted. It's garbage. But let's look at another one. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. So over here is your TCG player ID. That's your product line, which is Magic, and over here is your game. So let's go ahead and open with, I guess, Google Sheets. Apparently I don't have Office on this. I thought I did. Apparently I don't. So here's your set name. We can shrink that down a little bit. We can shrink that down a little bit. There we go. So here's your product name. And a lot of times, like this surge foil, if it detects a foil, it thinks it's a surge foil. It's not really. So like this $6 price over here, it's not really. You can ignore that. That's probably not a surge foil. But it could be. So normally I would just go and look. So here's the column. Oops. Hold on here. No. Stop. Here's the column I pay attention to. So what I'm looking for is the $1.57, the $1.42 stuff, 87 cents, another 87 cents. Probably can ignore that. $1.79 from the Vault's Exalted Angel, but that's cool. So if that isn't truly, in fact, FTV Angels, I would probably pull that card because I might need that for a Kalia deck. Here you go. Forgotten Realms Commander, Prosper Tomebound, 633. Probably have that card, so that's cool. And again, this is the robot that's sorting most of this. Most of what I'm sorting out of this is all the commander stuff. Your set commanders, your 2000, or your commander all the way to commander 21 type stuff. So all the stuff that's not commander related or commander set related in this CSV ended up in this box. So that $6.33 card, that was a set commander card. So that's Forgotten Realms Commander. So let's think. Forgotten Realms, is that AFC? Adventures of Forgotten Realms Commander. So AFC, we're looking for Prosper Tomebound. So over here I got AFC all organized out, which is sweet because it shows you the stack. So that particular card, what was it again? Where'd it go? Prosper Tomebound foil. And all I'm going to do is just confirm that it is in fact here. And that it is foil. And who knows how long ago I could have added this to this pile, or maybe it was just misread. So if I don't find it, then I can just ignore this. Oh, I found a foil. I can tell by its Pringle shape here. There it is. 633. It's got a slight curve to it. It's not too bad. So this $6 card, 633. So it looks like the actual TCG low is $6.99. So it's almost $7. So I'll take that. I mean, that's awesome. So those chances are maybe I do have the borderless surge foil for Lord of the Rings. Oops, go back. Lord, stop. Lord of the Rings, Tales of the Middle Earth. So that there is probably going to be in this box, and I'd have to dig, and I'm not going to dig for that. But I'm just kind of showing you examples of how having a sorter is helping a store like mine or a store like yours. So save you money, get a sorter, help yourself out, and take yourself to the next level. So stuff like this helps too. The 61 cents, $1.14, 44 cents. Probably all kinds of Hunter's Insights from M12. It shows I have one at the moment, but I have a bunch of M12 out there, so I can't wait to get into that. Even your 50-cent cards right there. I mean, don't sleep on this stuff. Anything that's 10 cents or more is just money in your pocket at this point. You got $1.07 right here from Evolutionary Escalation, Commander 2016. I love all this Commander stuff here. They call it Commander 2011. I don't know when the first set came out. Probably 2011. And then I remember 13 and 14 is when I had my store. 15 and 16. I think that was the last year that I had my physical store was 2016. And then I sold it to a competitor. Sold off all the comics to one competitor. Sold off all the Magic to the next one. And then a third business came in and actually wanted to keep the actual location and the community going, so they were able to retain the employees and keep all that going, and I sold them the rest of the store, fixtures and furniture and all that kind of sort of shit, and all the machines. So it's pretty good. It was a good way to dip out and move up to Colorado and just basically start doing what I wanted to do, which was have a store for home like this. It's far easier, less problems and stuff like that, and I get to do it at my pace. That's what I love about it. Right here, Sylvan Reclamation, $1.14. Foil etched, $1.37. $1.15. So there's quite a bit of stuff in this bulk set Commander stuff. Another $1.48 for Commander Anthology, Swamp 297. And this is what I was saying, guys and gals. Don't think that your lands aren't worth anything. I mean, another land, 20 cents. So right there, $1.68 in just 2 lands. Let's see what else we got. 98 cents for Reincarnation from Commander 2013. 50 cents for Fecundity. And I got a bunch of those from the original set. New Capenna Commander, Sinister Concierge, 94 cents. And yeah, I'm kind of glossing over all the other prices. Don't get me wrong. I'm just highlighting. I mean, we could sit here, we could talk for years about every single card and the value and what everything's worth. But again, I'm just trying to show you examples of what I do with the data that I receive from my machines and what helps me in my store. Here you go. Oh yeah, Sidisi, Blood Tyrant, $1.25. Banshee of the Dreadquire. Like, these are cards I've never even heard of. And that's from Commander Anthology. Tainted Isle from Plains Chase Anthology. That's $1.85. I'll take that. Another one. War Chief Giant from Commander Anthology Volume 2. Here you go, 318 Dragon Speaker Shaman. I think I just showed that card to you. I don't remember if it was from that printing, but I knew Dragon Speaker Shaman had a little value to it. And I learned that just by doing what I'm doing. Going through the list, going to MTG stocks, picking cards out, organizing them. I just read every single card sometimes. Probably what takes me so long. My OCD ADHD, whatever you want to call it, just so distracting. Ooh, here we go. Look at this. Wow, $8.20. Now that is a Warhammer 40k Marnius Calgar, if I spelled that correctly. Now that is probably in here, and I didn't even know that there was an $8 card in there. So I'll probably pull that out eventually. I'm not in a hurry for it right now. Fiery Gambit from the list. That's a foil, so $2.77. Patron of the Moon, $1.68. And now, yes, these things are all scanned in at near mint, so that's gonna affect the price a little bit because not all of them are near mint. They're probably like lightly played at best. But when I scan and for sort, I don't really sort by condition until I'm ready to organize into inventory. So I don't really pay attention too much to the condition. But you might want to if you're trying to use this data to import into inventory, because 74 cents for TCG low or TCG market versus $1.68 is a big difference. So that there, you might want to pull that out and just kind of make sure it is near mint or it is lightly played or moderately played or damaged or whatever, so it's going to affect the value. I mean, 90-cent swing, that's a big difference. If you were doing something like this where, you know, it was 4 cents to 8 cents, that's not that big a swing. The condition always matters, but you got a little bit of a leeway. At least you're not trying to get 90 cents based on a condition error. Again, you got Abzan Charm, 95 cents. 99 cents for Thoughtcast. Boy, I haven't seen that card in some time. Evolving Wilds Commander 18 version. For some reason, this always comes up as like a $2 card, and I never understood why. It's just an Evolving Wilds. I'd go pay 10, 11 cents for another version. So I really don't understand why that version from the list is worth $2. But I've seen it sell, so it's strange to me. I don't know. Hold on here. My pocket's full of shit. Let's see here. Let's keep going, digging and digging here. We're probably close to the end of the list. No, we're not. We're probably only a quarter of the way through. Damn. Alright, let's see. 56 cents, Snake Umbra. All the Umbras, I always, anytime I see them, I grab them, I pull them aside, because those are staples. Those have been selling for centuries, so to speak. So I always pull all the Umbras, doesn't matter what one it is. So it's good to see that we're getting some Commander versions. Let's see. Right here, 267, foil. Neon Dynasty, okay. I thought it was an older card. 88 cents, Brilliant Restoration. 248, Ishin, Two Heavens as One. That's cool. Like the name of it too. I saw 50, there it is, 50 cents. And here he's lithoforming. Premicon Sky Rampart from Commander 19. And I have so much 2019 Commander shit. I mean, like, look at that. That is crazy. Alright, so we're going to go put this card back and this back. And what I want to show you is I want to show you the 2019. This is just what the robot sorted out in the last couple days here. Be right back. Hold on. So we're not done organizing or extracting all the cards from the backstock yet, but this is just the Commander 2019 that I've pulled out in the last 2 days using the sorter. There is so much to that, and the 2018 looks just like it. So we're going to dig into this a little bit here. So we got a lot of 2019 to kind of look at. So if I went over there and I can look at the foil, I'd probably look for a slight curve in the stack, and I'd probably find that one rather easily, but I'm not going to go look for it. Then we got Mandate of Peace, $1.28. Then we've got Storm Herd for 51 cents. So if I was to pick apart cards just to try to get some value up online, I could start by doing that just by going to get those. I'm not going to, it's not worth my time. I'll organize it all when I scan 2019. But if you're a smaller store and you need that revenue quick, this is what you do. You read these data sheets and you go pull those cards and you get them listed, you get them sold, and then get your wheels spinning and turning, and eventually you'll have enough stock and inventory and equity in your business that you won't have to chase those cards every single time you see it. You can just sit on it and upload it by the set and make more money as you go forward, and you're not spinning your wheels chasing down a few select cards. So right here, Chainer Adept Nightmare. Or Chainer Nightmare Adept. Sorry, Dan dyslexia. So 74 cents. Sell those constantly. Let's see, 51 cents. Wave Break Hippocamp. I recognize that card. I can't really remember what it does. Ooh. Here we go. Battle Royale box set. Island 110. That might be a white border card, and I see some white border in this good stuff box, so let's see if we see it. Alright, it might be in additional area where white border is. I mean, we don't have to go chasing it, but I was just curious if it was just readily available so I could just show you. I've talked about this before with the whole Portal, I've talked about with Portal 3 Kingdoms before. Not really Battle Royale, but I have brought up the fact that your lands, your normal basic lands in older sets hold some significant value at times. So you always have to be careful about your older basic lands, and especially from special sets like that. Clackbreakage Troll Extended Art, $1.78. Hey, I'll take it. That's a great card. 52 cents, 69 cents, 49 cents, 69, 87, 238 for a Kestic Flame Breather from Crimson Vow. 58 cents, Invisible Stalker. I'll take as many of those as I can get. Those cards move. $1.19, Unexpected Windfall. 93 cents, 55 cents, 52, 55. So there you go. Big score, 73 cents. I think I actually sold out of those, so it's good to see that I'm getting another one. So as you can see, if I was to actually have every single card that's there, and it was in a near mint condition, and it was in fact worth everything that's in this. Let's see here. Can I do my functions correctly? Is that sum? Did I do that right? I guess it'd be I1. No, I2. Geez, I don't even know if I can do this quickly. And then we're gonna do that to what I439. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. So that scan, not counting the quantity column over here. So I could do additional math by just stripping out everything else, take that column, and kind of times it, and it would get you a better, closer idea, I guess, of what this actually is worth. But there you go. So one single scan with this robot from, I don't know, whatever day that email was. Let's go back. the 23rd. One scan from the 23rd was worth $175.45. So what does that mean? That means that that robot, just the one robot, can scan 3 to 4 times a day. And if it can get that average value, now again, this is all kind of, this was a kind of a unique scan because it was set commanders and some rares. I mean, it's got a mix of commons, uncommons. It's just stuff that I recognized. And I set aside and was like, okay, let's get the robot to sort this because I think it's worth a little bit just from personal recognition of cards. I've been doing this for some time. But anyway, get back to what I was talking about. If this was to scan 4 times a day at that price, you're looking at what, $350, $700 per machine scanning. Now the second machine, once I fix the camera on that, it'll be doing the same thing. So roughly, these pair of machines are bringing in about $700, I would probably guesstimate $500 to $700 in value to the store every single day that I use it. Now there's a lot of times Monday through Thursday where I don't get to use it because I'm working. I don't get home till 6. So the first thing I do is let the dogs out, come down here, take care of a couple chores, open up the door, come in here, organize the stuff out of the robot, organize more stuff in, fire it off, go. I don't have time to sit here and look at all this CSV data. I don't have time to add it. I don't have time to create the content or nothing. All I had time to do is to organize and pack orders, get the shit out the door, get dinner going, get ready to go to bed, get up again at 4:15 a.m., start getting ready for work, drive, work, come home, do this. So this is kind of special that I get to show you this kind of sort of stuff now on the weekend. And I'm hoping that as I get a little bit more organized, a little more caught up, I'll be doing this on a regular basis. I want to show you how you can use your sorters to make you money, and these will replace employees. Not because you want to get rid of employees. What I'm meaning is, if you're an up-and-comer like myself, and you don't have the overhead, you don't have the capital, and you don't have the space to create a store, but you have a vision, you like this game, you love this game, you want to get cards sold, this game is fun, right? But you want to do stuff like this, but you don't know how to get started. This is how you get started. It's just, you gotta grind. You gotta do this every day that you can. And there's gonna be days where you're gonna just be tired of it and you don't want to deal with it. So don't. Take your time off. Don't burn yourself out. But anyway. So I take this money that I make from all this and I just keep reinvesting it. I reinvest it back in the racking, I reinvest it into the storage, and then into the inventory, and into the machines, and then I get the access points that I need, and the Ethernet switches that I need, and I just get the infrastructure going, because I know eventually I'm going to be done having to invest in that all the time. And then this will actually be true profit, back in my pocket, back buying bigger collections, back buying newer boxes and cases and bigger collections, and paying that 60, 65, 70% cash for, really nice collections and stuff like that. So that's where my goal is. I don't know if I want to open up another physical store outside of the house here, just because I enjoy the comfort of what I'm already doing, and I'm already inundated with chores and the upkeep of just this. I couldn't imagine having a physical store now. But I'm getting another robot, so we're gonna have 3 sorters, and hopefully bringing in about $1,500 a day in card value and organized card values, which is even more important, because like right now I can start grabbing sets and going over here to this workstation that's on the other side of the red rack, right over here, right there, and I could start uploading Commander 2019, Commander 2018, Commander 13, 14, 15, and out here every single night I could just upload 1 set per night, and before I know it I'd be done with Commander all the way to Commander 21, and then start working on all the set commanders, just based on what I see here and how I'm organizing. So it's quite a bit of value. $175 just in this one scan. So, and the other thing that I could do, had I not already organized into their set boxes, I could literally take this list, double check it against the physical card when I unload the robot, and I could organize all this by set using card sorters, the little plastic card sorters, the ones that organize by letter or whatever, and set. And I could have organized all of this straight into inventory immediately. The only thing I have against doing it that way is I would spend hours on just 439 cards or 438 cards, whatever you want to call it. And this number would go down a little bit because you gotta think about the fact that I gotta pay myself hours to sit out here and organize for only 439 cards. So it's not really, this is why I say it's not really worth going and chasing these dollar amount cards and getting them up onto the store quickly and all that, because the time that it takes to do that is not really fruitful. That's why I like to organize this all by sets first, and then when I get ready to go organize the sets, I'm done. I'm not piecing it together with, 20 cards of this and 3 cards of that and 17 of this set over here, and then spending all the time putting it into these guys right here. Instead, I'd rather wait till I have 5,000, 1,000, 10,000 of the same set, organized all alphabetically. Way easier to upload, and it gets your numbers up quicker. So we're gonna jump out of the email here, I think. Yeah, because these are all older. The other thing I want to talk to you about here real quick. Let's go back to this. So I have 2 sorters. They're on the same subscription. I talked about this in a previous video, or maybe 2 or 3 or 10 videos. But the subscription is every 90 days. It's like 110, 100 euro, something like that. Don't really remember the exact amount. I think I have it set to auto pay or something. I can't remember. But anyway, that'll host 3 robots. So I have 2. So just in one scan today, out of the 4 that it's done, I've already paid for the next 90 days of access for 2 machines. 3 machines if I had a third. And again, I've talked about where I'm trading some cards, trading some dice and some physical store assets or products with a friend of mine in Texas who has another robot. So hopefully I'll be able to get that soon, and probably trade him some extra cash, whatever the difference is, and get that here, and then I'll get it added to the subscription. So I'll have 3 machines, same subscription, doing 3 times the amount of work. So if each machine is cranking out $150 to $175 per scan, that's $450 for every scan. So if you did that in a day, and you did that even 3 times a day, you're looking at almost $1,500 roughly a day. Which, yeah, it's not putting it on the store, it's not counting towards inventory, and it's not counting towards sales. So that's a different story. But what I'm trying to show you is it ain't gonna sell if it's not listed. That's the biggest problem what people have with getting this stuff online, is getting it listed. So that's what my job is. I'm trying to break it down, show you different videos on how to get your stuff listed, and how to get you kind of out of the basement, so to speak, and get you kind of rolling. So you can take your high dollar cards out of this list and throw it in your inventory, get you going. But as you get kind of where my level is, where you've got 250 to 400,000 cards, you can afford to take a step back. You don't have to pull out your high dollar cards and get them listed immediately, because what you want to do is you want to get your bulk broken down by set, get your bulk broken down in alphabetical order, then get your bulk uploaded, and you're going to start seeing your numbers go up. You're going to see your sales reflect in that as well. So Oh, no, look at that. Remember the premium deck sliver I showed you, the metallic sliver? There you go, 55 cents. Have one of them. So, oh, there's Distant Melody. It says it's a $3 card, and I have one of those. So somewhere is a Distant Melody. It's probably in this. And I gotta still sort all this. This is probably part of that $175 that we just showed you here. But again, this is just a sort. This isn't the inventory. This isn't the value of this box. And it's not the value of all the shit that I put away in the set commanders and the commander breakout boxes over there. This was just the value of one simple sort. But I wanted to kind of show you what the robot's doing and what it's finding. And how you can use that to get your stuff up online. Pull your decent inventory. Or if you're trying to collect sets for yourself, or you're trying to collect particular cards for yourself for your own deck builds and shit like that, you can just jump right up here, go to your product name and just do a search right down there, pull out what you need and sell your rest. So that's what I used to do too. Every time I build decks is I would just pull for myself first, put it in my decks, everything else went to the store. And it worked great for a while until I got to the point where I'm so busy I can't even afford to play, so then I just put my decks up online as well and sold them. Anyway, it's probably a lot of information to process. I know I probably touched on like several different subjects, but I just wanted you to just see how you can use this data, how you can use robots to scale. And the other nice thing is robots, they're not late. They show up every day. You feed them when you want. Secondly, they're great because if you want to go and do something, if you want to go out and have lunch, you want to go to the movies, you want to go fishing, you want to go kayaking, you want to go do this, you want to go do that, you want to go hiking, you want to go out of town, you can just turn stuff off, turn it back on. And if you're doing stuff locally, you can just run your robots. Go do your thing, come back, clean them out, load them again, take off, go. You don't have to worry about ensuring your front doors are open or not open and stuff like that and whatnot. So here in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and jump off and close up the shop. The robot's at least halfway through, so this will probably be done by 11 p.m., which will be sweet. And if I'm awake, I'll come back out here, I'll unload the robot, organize it by set like I have here, reload the robot, and then go to bed and be up at 4:15 to get ready to go to work. So so yeah, that's a day in the life of a card shop owner. If you are doing what I'm doing. Oh, that would be the wife probably saying it's time for bed. So we're going to go ahead and cut the video off and answer this, but you all have a great night. If you have any questions about this data, let me know. I'd be more than happy to share it with you.